Hi, it's Lou Manfredini, Ace's home expert, and today I'd like to talk to you about painting your kitchen cabinets. You know, replacing kitchen cabinets can be a very expensive process, but with the right prep work and the right paint, you will see dramatic results that you truly will enjoy. Let me show you how it's done. To get the best results when it comes to painting kitchen cabinets, I want you to take the doors off of the boxes and take them to the garage or outside on a set of horses so you can clean them, prime them, and paint them out there. That really is the way to get the best results. And when you take them off, then you'll paint the frames that are hanging here the same color. But you have to remember where these doors go. One of the tips is to take some masking tape and go ahead and start at whatever side you want. Now in this particular kitchen, I'm going to go left to right. And I know that my first door here on the wall cabinet is number 1 and my second one is number 2. If you want, you can take a piece of tape inside the cabinet to correspond with those numbers so you know exactly where they go. And then you're going to work your way around it. Once they're all numbered, go ahead and take the doors off of the boxes, take them outside or wherever you're going to do this painting on top of a tarp. Take all the hardware off. Now it's important to clean the cabinets. We're going to use some TSP and warm water, and then it's also a good idea to kind of scuff up the surface using a medium grit sanding sponge, just so you cut any gloss so that the primer will adhere and the finish paint will adhere better as well. Cabinets can be made out of a lot of different materials, so choosing the right products is important. Here's a tip. Take one of the doors off and take it to your local Ace. That way, they can examine what you have and make sure that you leave the store with the right products to get professional looking results. Priming the cabinets is the next step. I like to use a brush on this one so you can get into all the nooks and crannies. And as you're applying it, you want a nice even coat, but when it dries, you may notice some streaking from the primer. That's okay. We're trying to create a nice bond for the finish coat to go on. For the priming, we're using Ace Royal Interior-Exterior Primer with Stain Halt technology. After the fronts dry, usually in about an hour or so, go ahead and flip it over, do the back side. When that dries, you're ready to apply the finish paint. After the primer dries, you may notice some gaps. This will be too big for paint to fill it in, so you want to go ahead and use some paintable caulking that you can apply in those joints, nice and easy, not much, and just use your finger to sort of tool it smooth and get it out of the way. Typically, some of this painting caulk that you use will dry in about 30 minutes. So by the time you're done, you should be in pretty good shape to get ready to start doing the finished coat of paint. And that way, you fill in all those gaps and it'll look really, really nice. Our primer is dry and it's time now to put our finished coat of paint on. We're using Ace Cabinet Door and Trim Paint. This is a self-leveling paint, and we're actually using the color chalk. That's what we added to the tint base here. Now on this particular set of cabinets, we're only going to use a brush, and the reason is there's a lot of detail here, and if you use a combination between a roller and a brush, because it's self-leveling, the issue becomes the texture that you put on there won't match. And so you're really better off sticking with one form of application, whether you choose to use a roller or a brush. As mentioned, we're only going to use a brush. Now when you apply this paint, what you're going to notice is it may look a little streaky at first. That's okay. It's self-leveling. As it dries, it creates this cool looking skin over the top of it. And when you put the second coat on, that's when you're going to really see the results of how good this paint really is. Second coat is completed. Time to hang the doors back on the boxes. Remember the numbers that we had? So make sure that those are corresponding. You're putting the right doors back in the right spot. And we're going to get this kitchen put back together. All done. The paint is dry. We even upgraded the cabinet hardware, which is easy to do and gives you terrific results. Now, if you need more help, just visit your local Ace Hardware store.